Okay, so let's see. Okay, we have another one. Let me quickly go and update it. Oh, let me connect my. I forgot one thing to connect. Okay, I guess I am ready now, and let's see. Let me quickly update my. Hmm. Mhm. Okay, now it looks good. Hmm. Okay, so let me open the VS Code and well, mostly I don't need VS Code because I was working on github.com/Vedic developer slash angular playground. Oh, page not found. The. Okay, now, so what we did yesterday, we were able to understand how we can directly how we can get the name of the repository which is going to build the code space, or which is going to build the container. I don't know if first I'll try to make everything, all these thing for the GitHub, and then I'll do the same for the dev container, because ultimately I don't want to be dependent on the dev containers every time. And so I think I need to reduce my bitrate, because this time bitrate is very slow. I should stop like other processes, and I'll try to delete everything. Other thing, Twitch Studio I don't need. What else I don't need? Telegram I'm not using, man. What else? What else? I don't know how many times I need to delete this. But what then? What then? Okay, so I guess I have deleted a lot of things. Hopefully, auth desktop is very important. I deleted everything. Okay, now let's just continue and let's see if our bitrate. Hopefully, it will get better. Okay, so Angular Playground. Now the thing is, I want every time this code space to be get opened. Why? Mm, why? One thing I need to understand as well is like how to manage multiple Git inside a project. Hmm. Oh man, my stream is lagging. I need to drop the frames. Okay, let's see if we are live on Twitch or not. Okay, where is my channel? Where is my channel? Let it. Oh, it's day 2. Okay, cool. So I guess everybody is able to see my screen, right? Now, here I was trying to write some thing. Now my main goal is to I have so all the GitHub projects have okay, it's lagging very much. I don't know if it's lagging on YouTube or not. Let me just check. No, it doesn't seem that it's lagging. Anyway, the quality is good. Doesn't seem that it's lagging. Anyway, the quality is good. Doesn't seem that it's lagging. Okay, I'll just edit it quickly and I'll make it day 2. So, bin ash install all these libraries, install dependencies, then set the package URL file name, and the file name was this because what I was trying to do that whenever this instance gets load, okay, I need to first identify which is the best life cycle to to install this thing, because it might take time. So I need to call this install.sh at the time when it's very good. it should like configure everything at the same time. So here I'm trying to download Git, then I will create a package and a bin folder, and inside that package is it the latest thing, project ngrx storybooks github install.sh. I should have one more project where I worked about it. Let's check the. Okay, let's just try to move my repository, and there I used to have dot files. Okay, so here I was trying to make things curl git.sh. Okay, so let me just close this and close my dev container. Delete my dev container, because now I am going to configure everything here. Because at the end, what is gonna happen, uh, I have all my dependencies in the dot files, and in that dot file, that whenever I'm going to create any instance, that is going to call my dot files, and that dot files will run an install.sh command, and it will install all my configurations in that. So right now, if I can see, it's opening dot files. See, oh, how it was able to remember that I'm using bash. OS Alpine. Okay, so here is like my git. Okay, I'll check git version. Strange, man, how git is and curl is installed. Curl version where git. Okay, which git? User local bin git. But what I want, that everything should get installed in another file in another location. um, Let me just see the output. Code GitHub code spaces output, and is there any post creation output? Terminal cat allow finish running post create command, pull git lfs dot artifact dot sh. From where it's coming, I'm not sure. from where it's coming, because we don't have any Alpine. So user location, user bin git, user bin slash git, installation true, node true. So is my node installed? Node version clear. If I make it false, and okay, I need to make things false here. If I just make this false here, because I already worked on this. So in this OS, like for Alpine, where I'm going to install this, let me just make it false, and let me just make this true. Where should I want this to get loaded? It's like so we have workspace folder base name. Okay, containers.dev. We have some variables here, and if I just search variables, okay, so one local environment variable, and so this is the place where this resides, and so container workspace folder base name. Okay, local workspace folder base name. Okay, let's say I want I want everything to get installed somewhere here. So let's see, let me write it. Yeah, let me write it. What was the name again? Container workspace folder base name, container workspace folder base name slash and here I'll configurations. And here let's say I'll install everything in the bin slash git, let's say, and even also this, for this I will do bin slash node, and let me update this. Updated installation location, and let me just was this a container, right? Come on, man, I don't want to take a risk. Updated installation location, commit and push, and here I'll try to delete this. Here I will try to delete this. Why? Because I want to create it another. Okay, so let me just close this down. This container, delete. let me create a new one, and then we will see the output where everything is getting installed. So while this is setting up, seems like it's not getting installed because that folder is not getting created. But let's just check the output of the GitHub code space, and okay, checking correctness. So shared folder post create. Hmm. Okay, so one thing that I need to configure here is like whenever I'm creating my Angular playground, uh, in the dev container, uh, life cycle commands, okay, life cycle IFE scenario specific properties. Okay, the focus of dev container.json is to describe how to enrich containers for the purpose of development rather than acting as a multi or container orchestrator format. Instead, container orchestrator formats can be referenced when needed to manage multiple containers, and reference and reference and reference their life cycle. Story dev container.json includes scenario specific properties for working without a container orchestrator by directly referencing an image Docker file for using Docker Compose, a simple multi-container. Okay. Docker specific, Docker Compose specific properties, image or Docker file specific properties, tool specific life cycle scripts. When creating or working with a dev container, you may need you may need different command to be run at different point in the container's life cycle. Okay, the table below lists a set of command properties you can use to update what the container's content in order to which they are run on. For example, on create command will run after on initialize command. Each property is a string or list of commands arguments that should execute from the workspace. Okay, each command property is an string or list of command arguments that should execute from the workspace folder. And if we just workspace folder, so container workspace folder base name, local workspace folder. Okay, what was our output? What was our output? If I check documentations, come on, database documentations, containers.dev. Okay, so local workspace folder is the location, container workspace folder is the locations, and so they have clearly mentioned that it's going to get recorded, it's going to should execute. Okay, Each command property is a string or command that should execute from the workspace folder. Okay. Okay, so they want a command string or list of commands arguments to run on host machine before container is created. Okay, the command is run whenever the source code is located on the okay the command is run wherever the source code is located on the host for cloud services. This is in the cloud. So what I'm viewing as a dev container, is it a container or is it the host? I don't think so. We are seeing the host. Okay, on create command, this command is the first of the three alongside update content and post create that finalizes container setups when a dev container is created. It add and subsequent command execute inside it add and subsequent commands execute inside the container immediately after it has started for the first time. Cloud services can use this command when catching or pre-building a container. This means that it will not typically have access to the user scoped assets or secrets. Note that the array syntax will execute the command without a shell. You can learn more about formatting strings in array. Okay, and then comes the update command. This command is the second of the three that finalizes container setups and when a dev container is created execute. Okay, so first is on create command, like okay, I will just quickly understand this from the chat GPT. Oh, explain me the below concept. The concept described here are related to the setups and lifecycle of a development containers often used in the context of a development environment for projects. A development container is a way to define consistent and reproducible environment for a project, typically using containerization technology like type string error description. The command is run on the host machine before the container is created is executed where the source code is located for the first time. For cloud services, this would be the counter. The command is part of the container setups when a dev container is created. It and subsequent command execute inside the dev container after it has started for the first time. Cloud service might use this command for catching, pre-building in container. However, it may not have the immediately after. This command is also the part of the container such as when a dev container is created. Uh, the command is also the part of the container setup. So when a dev container is created, it executes inside the container after on create command whenever new content is available in the source tree during the creation process. Whenever a new content is available in the source tree during the creation process, could services periodically execute this command to refresh cache a pre-built container. It has similar limitations to post create commands. Okay, type this command. Okay, post start command, this is a command that run each time the container successfully started. It allows running additional tasks or configurations after the container has started. Post attach commands. Okay, which is the best life cycle moment to install the dependency of my environment, like git, node, and etc. Let's see. The best lifecycle moment to install the dependencies on your development environment, such as Git, Node, and other tools, would be during the initialize command phase. This phase is on the host machines where the source code. Okay, but I want to install these things container on my container which is built using the Alpine image, so it has nothing initially. Okay, apologies for the confusion. If your container is built using Alpine image and it doesn't have the required dependencies initially, you should be then install them inside the containers. In that case, you should perform the dependency installation during the appropriate lifecycle moment. Based on the provided concept, you should install the dependencies on the on create phase. This phase occurs inside the container immediately after it has started for the first time. So during this phase, you have access to the container's files, system, and execute commands inside. Here is the workflow you can follow. In the initialize command phase, you can prepare the container's environment and perform any setup required to ensure a smooth installation process. In the on create command, okay, name my dev container echo initializing container setup. On create command, apk add update git node.js, and pm post create command echo container is successfully started. Okay. So the thing to decide here is, first of all, here are the scripts, and here I need to create install.sh, and this install.sh is going to call this curl version. I don't know why. Why? Code space browser connector service instances payload probably limited. Okay, listeners object live share. Okay, sending this stream dot manager start sharing this. Okay, VS Code server started and connected. So what is going to happen? I'm kind of creating and saving all my configurations at a place. This is going to get installed. This repository is going to get installed every time when I'm creating a new GitHub code spaces, and that GitHub code space will come and run the install.sh. That install.sh file will call or will run so based on the OS, based on the OS based on the OS, these things are going to get installed. Okay. Okay, so but before that, I need to understand at what phase of life does the dot file code spaces get installed. I need to ask this, in which life cycle phase. Okay, let me go to the how can I go GitHub. Come on, bro. I was not looking for this. Your project repository, Angular playground. No, dev containers features. Dev container is the name, right? Okay. Dev container features. I'm not interested in features. I'm interested in the not even template. I'm interested in the specs. Okay, and but where is the discussion? How to allow user specific environment variables in a container. Okay, that seems interesting. Okay. If you need it at the container runtime, you can create an .env file while the initialize command, and then you can have Docker Composer set that environment file for that. Okay, I have the case that each of the developers have a different environment value. For example, an API token that is bound to the developer's accounts. What is the purpose to do? What is the purpose to do something like this? The value cannot be added to the dev container.json. The value cannot be added to the dev container.json as they should not be committed to the Git. I tried using separate optional .env files, but that doesn't not work as well because Docker and Docker do not support optional .env files, unfortunately. Okay, this seems good. Run services. Okay, container.env and VS Code setting based features options. I'm aware of the issue 164, but it's also necessary for me to able to interpolate VS Code settings with option values. This step containerization feature may give insights on what I'm trying to achieve. What he's trying to achieve to do refactor repetitions of OPT in settings and first of all I need to update this location to path. I need to update this location to path because location doesn't seems good. I'll do it to path. Multi repos. So my question is in which discussion? Yeah, this is what also one of my questions. Hmm. How do I terminate a running? Okay, the dev container is currently in active development and it consists of the following commands mentioned here. It mentions that dev containers stops and dev containers down commands. However, they haven't been implemented yet. CC. Okay. Okay, the dev container CLI is currently in active development and it consists of the following commands mentioned here. It mentions that dev containers stops, dev containers down commands. However, they haven't been implemented yet. Okay. Would it be possible to create a stop.css script that incorporate this? Perhaps an example would be great. Okay. So like it's been 45 minutes. Bro, 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 bro. What what you're doing, bro. Okay, man. Let's see. Let's see. See. I don't know what's the best. Dev containers discussions. How to write comment, man? I can see. How can I write a comment? Let's see how much time they take. I really want to join so that I can ask direct questions. Okay, bro. Hmm. So there are a lot of things that I need to do, and I'm confused. What should I do? The thing is, I need to first configure all my pre-configuration. So basically, I have a dev container, and whenever that dev container gets installed, it's going to install my dot files, and with that dot file, with that dot file, it's when that dot file repository gets cloned, and where it's going to clone, that even I'm not that somebody told me that it's going to get cloned. Okay, let me just close this alpine.tml. Let me just close this and I'll bring the changes. Let's see. I'll just stop this and let's see if my GitHub code spaces have a dev container settings or not. Your not my repository settings, code spaces. Okay, automatically installs the dev containers, and I know somebody has answered me here where, okay, where is the dev container? I know dev containers, how to provide GitHub credentials last week. I need to flag this, man. This is very important. This is very important. Okay, published latest typing, and what says here? What I am asked, what I have asked, it's I need to understand. Dev container spec. I have asked like inbox saved done. Where the dot file repository. Okay, this needs to get saved, man. This is very important. This needs to get saved. Okay, so where the dot files repository gets installed, so while configuring GitHub code spaces, and she has written that in the workspace slash code spaces slash persisted data persisted share slash dot files. Okay, only if they are enabled correctly for the required repository. I know this. I know this. So whenever, so I need to modify my dot file repository, and there I have to write uh, and there I have to write in the install script that I want to install in my okay, so whatever what I'm going to do, let's see if our directory open, so I'll just okay, I'll go here and your repository, then Angular playground, and let's see what gets open. I don't know what's the shortcut for duplicate tab, and I'll just do a dot, and here they are saying that it's going to open my workspaces folders, which is at the root level. And so let me just create, and in that workspace folder, okay, in that workspace folder I will have so according to her there would be a dot code spaces and then persistent share and then dot files. So persistent share, where is that? Code spaces, persistent share. Okay, so dot file is not coming up here. Okay, let me just unfortunately currently that's not possible. So definitely if okay, is it possible to set the location of the repository in the dev content.json? Okay, dot files dot repository target part. Okay, dot files installed repository. Okay, thanks. Dot files should be cloned to workspaces code space persistent. Okay, but the main question is your repository, not repository, your settings, code spaces, automatically install dot files. But why my dot files are not installed? GPG code spaces can have GPG commit signing capability so that GitHub can verify that commits made in the code space comes from a trusted source. When enables, these settings will be applied to your list of trusted repositories. Okay, settings by enabling your code spaces will be able to pull for the VS Code settings, access and security. Okay, code spaces you created your personal can either use it. I can't see, man. Where is the dot files repository dev container.cli in the shared? Is it 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 in the shared? Where it is? Where it is? She said, like, oh, where is her? Persisted share slash persisted share slash I have verified this used to come cd slash ls minus la cd workspaces ls minus la ls minus la cd dot code spaces ls minus la cd dot persisted share ls minus la and but there is no dot file repository. Let me just search dot file. Okay, installing dot files. Dev containers up var compose angular playground skip. This creation log is very seems important, and here what they did configuring starting cloning git c var cloning. What does git minus c do? What does git minus chat? What does git minus c do? What does git minus c command do? Configurations option temporarily for a specific git command. It allows you to override or a specific configurations value just for that particular command without affecting the global local configurations. Okay, here git config is the name of the configuration option you want to set, and config value is the name of Okay. So it just install my git. Okay, so this I can use in mine as well. Cloning var lib. Hmm. So it just first created a just first created in the so inside the virtual machines there is a code space mount, and in that code space mount has a workspace folder which we are seeing here. Oh, then it starts. Okay. Oh, it's installing. Target for persisted data sheets. Why it's saying? But this is running after the post creation command. It's running. Then I think it's not a good idea to to be dependent on the dev containers, right? In that case, I should always I need to then I think I need to install all these configuration in the initialize command, because I guess yes, that's the solution. So yeah, I'm stopping today's stream, and I'll continue this tomorrow.